Anyways, we have a game. Finally.
Yep. We do have Hunu playing on Irish, and if we are auto-playing, I'm already horribly behind. So,
We're not auto playing. I pause at the start.
That classic. Glad that we got that out of the way first. Well, shall we begin then?
I'm ready.
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Starting right outside of the menu. Having a little bit of trouble getting back in, but moving right to our seduction target. Maybe, probably, eventually. Doesn't seem so. Does seem so. 34% on the floor.
We started off on the same pad that the last match started. That's fun.
Wait, you remember that far back? Oh boy.
I mean, it's been a while, so it's special.
Wow.
Anyhow.
That's why we have you here, because you have actual long-term memory.
Only if I'm lucky. Yeah, we're not really doing much anything else yet. Maybe waiting for a purloin opportunity here. Probably just waiting to see if our seduction target comes back inside. I think he's outside at the moment.
Yep, right over there, talking in the front conversation. We are gonna recheck here without purloining or anything. I'm gonna go to the bookshelf. I believe that book will have a print on it. Nope. Apparently it will not.
I mean, it did have it. We just didn't get it because it was Rocker's fault. Let's blame her.
How dare you, wrestler? In the meantime, the banana bread is gonna be done. Keep in mind that we have taken the book out, so I'm going to assume that this book will end up in green eventually.
Yes.
Green and Guggie starts with the same letter, so I'm not sure if that's a coincidence or anything, but we'll see.
I mean, who knows the 5 player, so let's the nature of alliteration here. I blanked. Oh, there we go. We are putting it back to its H for home shelf.
Ooh, yeah, I like that one. Pretty neat. Unfortunately, the investor will take the book out right here, and there goes our chance to print, maybe.
I mean, we might come back there. There's a briefcase that's now being picked up by General.
In the meantime, there are like 90 seconds left, which is why we are gonna be time editing.
Not anymore, yeah.
As the pace seems to be slightly slacking, but right now we are gonna slither back into the venue and maybe fish for anything, really.
That was a very weird move by Wheels.
Well, that bug is not too weird of a move.
Idea-wise, yes, but I would have expected that to be kinda noticed.
Well, apparently yes, because we are gonna get Halid here. Back to 100 seconds left in the game, 34% on the floor. Still, you might need to start talking with that seduction target at some point of the game, Hunu, if you want that mission to be finished.
Yeah, as gorgeous as Redhead is, looks is not always enough.
I mean, considering we are literally on gallery, looks might just be the only thing that's important. 85% on that mission. One more, and we will need to figure out what's the fourth.
You're suggesting, Catnip, that Red Hair would have flirt completed as soon as the spy loads the game.
If I'm the seduction target, that's very plausible, yeah.
So you like redheads, but you don't like redwoods. I see.
Yeah.
The many shades of red. But so far the
Irish is the only
red
that matters.
Is the red of the turban, and the red of the arrow. And maybe the red of this test if we're gonna be trying to test anything.
Let's not get a red test though.
Well, we have not. Yes, I'm gonna move us into the deep, and the double agent takes it immediately after. Oh boy. I mean, the only thing that gets a shot faster than this green purloin is the white purloin. So
Fair.
damned if you do, damned if you
Or a
don't.
clank. No, sorry, that's a crash. Amen.
Or a red test, as an actual red test. But it's going to be the first game. So far, the only one, because the expectation game delay is in effect, but it has just loaded in. And Guggie starting off strong by picking the character of many names.
Are we
Miss R.
stopped at the start again, or?
Yes,
I believe
we're
so.
we're stopped at the start because we want to do a countdown together. Yes.
And that's number weighing in 3, 2, 1, playing it. That's what countdown is basically, right? Just a
Yeah,
lot of
and
numbers.
because it's number one, we add even more time.
Good. And that one's actually green, which is pretty nice for us. A sniper might have a little bit of a harder time noticing it. Well, it would definitely be weird if I'm looking over there and there's more time than the initial time given, so the green test is pretty useful here.
Squeezing into flirt here with Alice. A double agent is there as well, so it's a pretty good banana bread opportunity for a gallery.
Because it is a banana bread opportunity that you can take. Yes.
No, I mean, like...
I've played way too much gallery to know that any banana bread opportunity is good.
Standards are way lower for gallery, but they're still there. Wow.
Which is what the seduction target is telling us after leaving here. We are gonna go to the statues to chase them. 68% on the flirt now. As we pick up. No, that's not nice. That's just about not nice. I'm so sorry to
No, fair.
inform you. The inspects over here, so stand on the second mission. Our edit time is just about to run out. Any second now. And now it's gone. Yes.
We are chasing a little bit, but I don't think that's being noticed, especially with the second one being at statues.
I mean, the second one being at statues would be probably the most obvious to flirt pair. But it doesn't seem like Hunu would be doing such things. As many solid old snipers, I think most of them are usually dirty campers. And those that aren't are known for not being dirty campers, so...
No, I mean, just because it was most visible, like, within the set doesn't mean it's most noticeable for suspicion levels. Or memory.
That is a good point. 2:12 on the clock, one mission completed, one with partial progress. I mean, I would have said that we're behind pace, but we did add some time, so now we're just slightly above average. However, the time is ever slipping away from our hands.
I would like to have, like, another mission progress, right? I mean, okay, we're finishing up a mission.
How's that for mission progress? We are getting inspects, and we are getting that print. So now just have to figure out where the second one could be. I think I've seen Ambassador at green at some point, maybe? I don't know. Probably just waiting until the investor leaves to pick up that briefcase.
Yeah, and then we need banana bread and we're set, but the DA is at statue, so I mean we still have time if he goes into conversation circle, but
remember how I was mentioning the banana bread on gallery? Yeah, about that. As the double agent settles nicely into that bookshelf, I do not like our chances of getting that banana bread anytime soon.
No, fair. Come on, cowboy. and he's probably gonna return it afterwards. So we need a plan B.
Or a plan C, or a plan D. I'm not sure what plan we are on, but we definitely need a new one right now.
I would say plan P for Purloin, and I know I keep going on about it though.
Plan P for Mr. P, who's incidentally the character Guggie likes the best, if I recall correctly. Oh, the Perlin is actually gonna be green as well, so 2 green Perlins to start the game off. We are gonna go immediately to the statues. I would have liked us to go to the statue that's obfuscated by us, which would allow us to go for a...
Flagged! Oh my gosh, why?
Cute.
Oh goodness. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a nice idea. I would have liked us to go to a statue that's obstructed by us, so we could potentially frame swap on us. But as overtime hits, you definitely need to start moving because you are the overtime shot, it seems. So...
And it looks like we do have the next one available.
We do. Oh, it's on Tien.
Oh lord, who would even play on Tien? I would never imagine. And the only thing that I would imagine less is casting Tien. Imagine casting Tien. Who would do such a thing?
I'd definitely rather cast than play, but it's okay.
Well, good thing you're getting a double dose today with Hunu playing as Sari. We shall begin the countdown and 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Casting it. Never mind.
327, 326, 325. Anyway, game. The AI control is still on, which is interesting here. Time of chaos is kind to no one, and actually Guggie just gonna highlight us.
Yeah, I was like, we're still a highlight from the get-go as AI control, because who the bleep cares?
I love AI control.
It depends on circumstances, but yeah, we spent some time at a useless bookshelf. Now next to a not useless person.
Oh, 51% on the flirt. The issue is, of course, that we haven't done anything before getting highlight. So now we're just gonna get tunneled and shot for doing nothing.
Yeah, double agent is there, but apologies, the conversations aren't that great for banana bread. And the DA.
Just gonna keep on buying time, keep on doing nothing. Unfortunately, doing nothing will not get this light down. I don't think Guggie is one person who would bring his highlights back down, and well, seems like he's convicted here.
And we're running out of time to do things. You have just been standing here in this condo for a long while. Okay, we're going somewhere to do things. There, we'll send our statue.
I mean, not the worst place to go to. I mean, our only chance to get this game is to realize that we are highlight and get somewhere around the count. Which is slightly annoying here, considering, you know, that we are highlight and just went to center statues.
Yeah, we got shot for center statues without even banana bread.
Bug, seduce, and, well, the fourth mission, pick your poison, I don't know.
Okay.
We can be fancy and say phantom swap.
Okay, so yes, Guggie is up 2-1.
Which means that he can go even further beyond. And, well, the meme parade continues with one that's near and dear to my heart. Let's see if the Heart of Queen will get conquered in 3, 2, 1, playing it. It should.
Of course you would say that.
I mean, you do have to play your cards right, so Queen for your heart may be okay.
Although, on the other side, the canon is the seduction not going throughout the game, so far Guggie is lore accurate. But
We
we'll also go to statues.
Yeah, we missed the pad there, but I doesn't look like it was properly noticed. Maybe a little bit.
It's the end, no one cares if there's a ban. Too much stuff around anyway. I like us to put down the briefcase immediately here without even trying to return. To maybe try and stave off suspicion for having that briefcase and having that print. But we will try to bother with it a little bit before jamming into the gun station right next to our beloved. 34% on that flirt.
Oh right, this was our first flirt of the game.
Banana bread.
Sorry, instincts keep going.
I thought I was the one going for musical references.
I'm surprised this is the first time tonight I did that, because it's like by default in my head. Oh, ambassador. Oh, we have a drink in that hand though.
And the list in that pocket. We
have 2 missions done, and we have progress on 3 more.
We call this multi-track drifting.
Ooh, we're about to get shot anyway.
We call this a headshot.
So we actually done a purloin cheese where we green purloined and then took a drink, and I think that Hunu noticed that, especially since the SDA took the list.
You gotta love it. The purloin into DA taking the list. That's one very powerful way to neutralize the green here. And well, the game hasn't been kind to green purloin so far.
Yeah, I think the game hasn't been kind to purloins overall tonight.
Which is good. Never do purloin. That's my statement.
Oh, back in the day, I used to love purloin. I remember when it was me and a Forgotten Tune playing for the SCL. We kept purloining against each other. It was like we both liked it. Anyhow, yes, I'm stalling for time. But it's still nice to go down memory lane here and there.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I would half expect you to just say 5 names that are actual old Spy Party players and 5 names that you have invented, and expect Wrestler to get like 7 of them correct.
Right, I just realized you probably have absolutely no idea who a Forgotten Tune is.
I've seen them in dailies, that's about it.
Cheater! He's done research.
What do you mean, what research?
On old players.
I would never do that. Anyways.
How dare you?
What we would do is go onto a ballroom.
Oh, hey, you're actually doing the Sigun. And Hunu claps back. Let's see if General reciprocates our love in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh yeah, indeed, it's reversed. Oh. I wouldn't be surprised if Guggie just like shot either Hunu or General, like almost by default, depending on like one sus thing. You know, the catnip shot.
Oh lord. I mean, at least let them get some initial suspicion on that. Like, get them together at least once, maybe twice.
Oh no, I'm not saying it should happen or that I want it to happen.
Now you can shoot Queen because she moved over to General and talked.
Fair enough. I mean, we do get a highlight for that.
And Guggie knows it. Nice.
Not shooting yet, but we do get a highlight for it.
I mean, that's the issue, right? When you are when you attach yourself to kind of a metagame, you become a bit more likely to just notice it in the wild.
That's true.
So considering that one of Guggie's big things is playing QXG, he would definitely notice a QXG. And well, here it pays off.
Oh wow, those fancy young people's acronyms and abbreviations. Abbreviations, rather.
I mean, it's not even a good acronym because I think that Q is actually Salmon, Mr. Q. So doesn't even work with names, but yeah. Here, Hunu, I would have loved Hunu to wait a little bit more on that flirt, because you know you are playing against someone who does that thing, so you are playing against someone who's receptive to that thing happening.
True,
So-
but I mean, it could be like, oh, he won't expect it, or what have you.
So I like the idea of picking it necessarily. I don't mind it too much, but keep in mind that Guggie will probably notice. So taking some
Banana
extra
bread.
time to be more believable and seem less spy-like, and just talk slightly later here, would be pretty useful.
That's fair. Okay, so we have 1 minute left. We have 2 missions done, and we need 2 more. What do we do?
Find the second print.
Oh, dang. I keep not noticing things.
Get shot by Guggie.
Yeah, we were about to.
I mean, one thing that Hunu can hold over Guggie after this game. He shifts the portrait.
Oh gosh!
Oh, that's cute.
I like when players, you know, please their crowd.
Okay,
their
that's cheeky.
viewers.
I respect it. But yeah, one thing that I would have... one thing that Hunu has leverage over Guggie is the fact that he actually completed Flirt when I don't think Guggie did.
Sure.
We are gonna go for a last second
Oh,
block.
we're
It's
bugging.
gonna be completely on screen. At least dance.
Oh. Well, we were transferring the microfilm.
Yeah, but transferring the microfilm means that we need to stop. You know, and that doesn't even get us over the line either because the bug didn't take.
And I've just realized why you don't really dance in pub, because you keep dancing in other maps, especially like ballroom or aquarium.
Oh yeah. Man.
Well, the score is 3-2. Guggie winning. Guggie in the lead so far.
And you take a swing at the meme person with a meme build. You best get it right. Unfortunately, here Hunu gets slain by a cheeky idea that he has tried for. And
I mean, you can't make it happen unless you try, right? So.
Yep. The biggest issue about doing such a thing is, while it is a crowd pleaser and, well, it is a bit of a spectator tournament among other things, it's more casual, it's supposed to be for newer players, but, well, we know how the last time around those events went. Ligor versus OP in the finals. But
that was clearly Megalodon Matilla, not Penguin Pool. Penguin Pool is clearly casual and more chill.
sure.
I mean, right, because sharks are supposedly aggressive.
Yeah, but that's not a shark, that's a megalodon.
It's even bigger. It's even
Is
worse.
Megalodon... Well, you get my point. Megalodons are sharks, right?
Yes,
Or
there
am I
are
confused?
very, very big sharks.
Okay, yeah, so every Megalodon is still a shark. But we do have a different ballroom, which is probably way more interesting than my rambling.
It's slightly less interesting to me. It's just gonna be a Wills game. We have seen those before.
Okay.
Let's see how this one will go in 3, 2, 1, planet. So a megalodon is an extinct species of sharks, which now that I think about it, makes sense why we have two veterans playing in the finals of a tournament named after an extinct animal.
I mean, you can name, you can always say that the losing player became extinct because, you know, if they're out of penguin pool, then they're out of the cup completely. We just did one microfilm, and we have some sauce over it, maybe?
Oh, it's the second action test that kills you, not the first one.
Fair. But it's the first one that makes you be followed.
Ooh. Well, sometimes being followed is not the worst thing. Like when seduction target follows you. Unfortunately here she will just leave and get the cooldown lower, but 85% on that mission, almost finished with it, which is pretty nice for us, allowing us to spend more time on other things. And yeah, we'll see. There's an ambassador at green, which does allow us to pick up a fingerprint as well. Maybe even a bug if we're being particularly willing to get shot.
But the ambassador took the book, so this is not printable.
It is printable, it just requires an action test, which unfortunately Guggie's action tests are not green enough for this.
Oh, that's how it works now?
Well, apparently so. After
Oh.
conversation, we can read a book here and maybe even do the action test, but we would much prefer just roaming around. And now we are being marked as suspicious.
Okay.
Maybe even for the flirt pair, because we have moved into essentially the same conversation as we have left from.
Yeah.
After going to a complete different side of the venue.
It might be useful that Rocker left the convo right after the banana bread, but looks like we got Lola, so we assumed that was real, it seems?
Well, we shall start reading the book, and there's an action test. The hand is on screen, right?
Oh,
on screen as
goodness.
well, but because no one shaved on
Wait.
boot.
Yeah, was that? Oh, I thought that was on Alice.
Yeah, on Alice. Good point. I'm so glad that they are standing on the same line, which means that I don't get flagged for flub in this one, but yeah, good point. Gonna get the transfer off, and now just one more. Inspects, maybe? Maybe bug. Although Guggie is a big proponent of never bugging on wheels. So we'll just pick up a side statue here. That's going to be a swap. That's a swap. That's splittable. Ah, yeah.
Oh, we're getting shot. We're getting shot. We're getting shot. Why am I so nervous? I'm rooting for Hunu, and I'm like, oh no, we're getting shot. We're getting shot. See, this is what the game does to you. You end up rooting for the spy, or even if that's not the player you may be rooting for, and you keep rooting for everyone, essentially.
Even worse, you end up rooting for Guggie. Oh boy. Sorry. Caster bias. I'm not supposed to be biased. Impeccable shot here by the sniper. Pretty nice game by the spy. Unfortunately, they were not able to get it over the line. And what was the next venue again?
Well,
what sorry?
Well, we played Gallery, Tayen, and Ballroom. So it's either pub, modern, or library. In Penguin Pool, the players are free to choose the order of the picks that they want. So
wait, since when was that in the rule set? Hold up.
Since when I wrote it.
God damn it.
Everyone should start reading rules.
No, but you know, it's hard. On one rule set, you have to pick the entire order. On the other rule set, you go from top down. On the third rule set, you don't even have to draft. And
I mean, I don't even remember that. Like, I'm casting, and I don't even know that apparently fingerprints still work if Ambassador leaves. Because back in my day, like, if Ambassador leaves, the book is printable only when Ambassador returns it.
I think the ambassador left a print beforehand, and he just went to the bookcase again. As we do have,
Oh, that could explain it.
as we do have a next
That's
game.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that seems still a bit a modern version of the rule. But
Hey, pew 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 pew. Well, I know. You didn't know about that thing, but Hunu is playing the spy here, so let's start the game in 3, 2, 1, playing it. You can tell sometimes those skills are not even that good. Big,
we're chilling.
big old bundle of AI control again. Interesting pen from Hunu here.
Yeah, we're not really doing it. I mean, we could pick up that briefcase once Ambassador leaves, because our DA is about to push him out.
We could pick up that mission break window.
That's
It's a very loud cartel.
That's a different kind of crash.
We are gonna get that fingerprint, and we are gonna put that briefcase down. We are gonna return the briefcase to the investor. And yeah, just roaming around. Unfortunately, a little bit too far from our seduction target. But, you know, night is still young, to the point of it just being an evening.
Yeah. And because there's so much of the night left, we need a drink to go with that, don't we?
I mean, if we drink too much, we might just end up asleep. And while Modern is one of the better equipped venues for sleeping, with those nice little thingies outside that I don't actually remember the name of in English, which is great.
Couch?
Sure.
Sofa,
Couch is inside. Either way, we do have
soft furniture.
Sure. Unfortunately, the amount of sleeping arrangements presented is still not quite enough to set all of us down, and also having a sleeping guest at the party right in the middle of partying people is also not necessarily a recipe for success, I think. Either way, we will delegate to sick. We have 34% on the flirt.
And instead of oh, never mind. There goes my joke. It's fine.
It's fine. He's just gonna sneeze on the list. The list is gonna belong to sick now. Which is also not a good joke. Oh well, we'll find a good one eventually.
Okay, we are getting low lights for that. We're down to seems only pearls and only 2. Okay, there we go. We're a highlight now.
Hey, now you're a highlight.
Get your flirt on. Go play.
I mean, the harder you play, the harder you get shot. Especially now that there are like 5 people at the party remaining.
Okay, banana bread. That eliminates the other
3 people
highlight.
at the party remaining.
Yeah. It looks like Hunu's quite in trouble because Will's got Lola for not sure what.
Ow. That is a cancelled queen test. Never love to see those. Especially when you are almost in the beeps and flirt is increasingly getting off the table.
We are quite running out of time a lot. Time at no, well we can't time it now. This is printable. Yes it is. Okay.
The shift. 10 seconds to go. The shot. Okay, it is within 10 seconds from the print, so fair enough. I'm guessing that the 4th mission that Guggie has assumed is Seduce, which is fair. Fortunately for Hunu, not quite the mission that was completed, but we will get over it eventually. And we are back in the limbo where we can just talk about random things. Or blame wrestler. Hashtag blame wrestler.
Yeah, as a TO, you can always blame me.
Exactly. That's why I stopped being a TO.
Or we could blame Yash for stopping being the TO, so that now Wrestler got over it. So even when Yash blames Wrestler, he ends up blaming himself.
Yo, Catnip, haven't you stopped being a TO at some point?
Not of this thing.
I haven't ever been a TO of this thing. Yo, Wrestler, blame you.
If we have a next game, focus on that.
Yes, we do.
He found a way to escape my blame. And Guggie is gonna be playing Mr. A here. So, big hands.
Hey.
And big chances. Let's see how he shall go in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Well, so far snipers have been ironclad.
Right, I know the score is 4-3, but I haven't been tracking like sniper versus spy scores.
Ironclad is like a ship, right?
I think so. I don't know. But my point was that no spy wins the start.
Okay.
Which, honestly, a pretty fitting thing for a pool, so... I mean, depends on the pool, I guess.
Can you fit a ship in the pool?
I mean, we can definitely finish shipping at the party, 34% and counting.
We don't really have anything else. We're probably waiting for that second bird, except that the redhead leaves. Oh, you need to put effort.
Now you need to walk and stuff. So annoying.
And chase her at statues. Ooh, that'd be a good timing for things.
Sounds like progress to me. 63% on this one, and we're gonna pick up a statue, and we're gonna print on the statue, so...
Brilliant.
It's not that bad even.
But this turned out from me whining to me going, okay, this is good.
I thought you were for Hunu.
I am, but I keep forgetting who is who, and I keep rooting for the spy by default. It's like in the moment I end up rooting for the spy.
Meanwhile, the spy just goes statue to statue and ends up right next to our seduction target as well, so this is pretty fun.
So, 1 print, whole step, and 2 mission. Not too bad.
1 print, 2 print, red print, blue print. Are gonna go right next to the double agent. The double agent will not stand for this. I blame wrestler for his leave, by the way.
She will simply walk away. Ooh, our seduction target comes back, but we kinda don't need her anymore.
Yeah, we... This is very weird, right? Because we seduce the target, and then we just don't need them near next to us anymore.
You have your fun and you leave. Yeah, that's not good.
Like, you don't even have your fun, you just flirted. You haven't done anything else. You haven't even gotten them to give you any state secrets or something. This is a spy game, right? About spies or something?
Or something, fair. I mean, yeah, and speaking of, you know, not really doing spy things, neither is Guggie. Not for a while now.
Hey. I mean, there's a briefcase. We can potentially get that print and finish the game this way after getting banana bread. Never mind. Mama's going for this one. Never mind. Mama's not going for this one.
Yeah, we banana bread. I think ideally. Oh, she is. I think. Ideally, you would probably want the briefcase before banana bread.
This is a known fake. On the
Banana
other
bread.
hand, the seduction target is right next to a suspected double agent, which is pretty good.
Oh my god! Well, she did have both statues, and she has an SDA,
Yup.
so it's 5-3 to Guggie.
Probably could have finished the game normally, but chooses to go for a frame, and the frame works. So the first
I mean,
5 win of the set.
this isn't even gallery.
Oh lord.
Yeah, I want to take a look at think of what's the fourth mission that Hunu may have considered from Irish. Is there a print somewhere? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, there may be a bug actually at T37.
Maybe?
A bug in competitive
Oh,
Party? I have never seen
yeah.
that before.
That could,
Yeah, that was a bumpy pass.
and we went to statues right afterwards, so Hunu probably crediting bug for Irish.
That's fair.
Unfortunate. Was that
So-
mistake?
It-
Guggie pulls out ahead.
It's a very reasonable shot from Hunu, and nice frame from Guggie. Of course, he couldn't have possibly known that SDA was in the conversation, but based on how many... Oh, we have a live game. Scratch that.
Yes.
We have library.
Ooh, shiny. I mean, live game. Hunu, gonna be playing as a red dress. Are these games even live or are they just viruses? We will find out in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Catnip, what is your opinion on the matter?
Are the... What was the question exactly? 'Cause-
Yes.
Are these games what, or viruses?
Are these games really live?
I mean, is any of us? Discuss. In the meanwhile, we are discussing things with our double agent, but nothing much is happening. Ambassador does come around us, but not close enough for us to consider a bug.
Sorry, existential crisis over here. Yeah, not too much progress. 45 seconds have passed. We are gonna leave here and move for some greener pastures around the venue. Moving ever closer to those statue sets. And ending up at the side. So no finish here yet. But we are gonna go for a swap. It's going to be a white test.
God.
Leaving on the edge.
But we are seen there, so we get the highlight for statues, but I think that was a questionable decision, though.
Banana bread.
And a known fake for us, but unfortunately a potential real for Guggie, so this is some very hot water territory, especially considering that we have stop talked on screen right afterwards.
Yeah. And us in general are the only highlights at the moment. If the swap is noticed,
I mean, it can be a swap for someone else. Which is, I believe, the only thing saving Hunu right now. But we'll see.
right? Right, maybe the BB was in order to distract from that, and then, like, you know, for Guggie to potentially go, oh, I haven't looked there for a while. Oh, shoot. Was that our... Oh, that was a cancelled seduction task. Ooh.
Oh shoot is what I often do when I see a least gun, and after that a banana bread, and usually the shoot is incorrect.
Speaking
Banana
of
bread.
banana bread, our agent is here, and so is
Ba-da-da-da-dum.
the mission.
Well, 2 missions done.
But like half of the party, more than half, I dare say, is slow lit, which
It's
that's
fine. It's gonna be fine. He's watching for bug. He will not watch for the seduce. 34% on that one. Just about 100 seconds left to go, which is definitely not the best flirt to time remaining percentage
yeah.
ever seen.
We need to do
We are
things.
being offered as well. We are like the most suspicious person at the party right now, which is definitely not the thing Hunu wants to be. Standing behind Pillar right next to an ambassador and Toby offering to us, this is a very cursed place to be as a spy.
Okay, if Amba takes, we could get a Prin, but we're still running out of time. Okay, then he leaves and we could, oh, okay. I thought we could maybe get a print from the drink and a print from the briefcase.
Go into the statues. That's going to be our first and
Yeah.
last inspect of the game.
I think we got partial inspects when we were swapping.
Oh yeah, we definitely did. But Guggie keeps it solid, gets another win on Sniper, and is now within reach of just ending it outright.
Yeah. I'm sad.
Hi, Sad, I'm Yash.
Oh, you have to. But yeah, we can see if Guggie can take the win here.
Indeed, we do have Jennifer as our spy, and we shall begin our game in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Why is she a Jennifer?
Because Simo, aka Shimuni, is calling her that.
Okay.
I call her Rachel.
I don't get it either.
Why
Catnip.
Rachel?
It's fine.
Because she's Miss R.
Okay, that like there's at least logic behind that. I just don't know about the Jennifer one.
Because she looks like some famous Jennifer, I
Ooh,
didn't understand it
that
either.
was on screen. That was visible? Was it noticed?
Look, with the amount of laser movement on this venue, everything is on screen so far.
There. I'm spectating in split screen, so I'm still amused.
Oh lord. But yeah, the book is put back. Thankfully for Hunu, it's the second action test that kills us. We are just gonna stand here, waiting for the laser to move away, but there's like nothing for the laser to really latch onto on the other side to get us an opportunity to bug, so...
I mean, Toby was around the middle, I think.
A very early flirt finish, which is pretty nice for us, so...
Yeah.
Mom shall be rather happy here.
You don't really have to on this map, but I mean, it's still nice to have in your pocket already.
I mean, flirt is a big stick by which pacing is really measured, I think. Because you can be completing extra missions, but really your game plan on spy is just doing hardtails interspersed with flirt and banana bread. So having flirt done quickly means that you don't need to bother with it for the rest of the game, which means that banana bread into green purloin. So another mission done. And another one ticking, so 3.5. We will need to transfer if we want to get this done, and that's completely off screen here.
Yeah, brilliant.
The seduction target will take the list, the fate is on screen.
I wonder if the second banana bread was just action just oh good God.
Boy. Hunu wasn't 1 point. On top of it.
Good.
Of course you would say that.
I mean, but because this also means that we get to see more, and cast more of the game, and more of the match, and more of this interesting matchup of the players. And...
I mean, you say that, but the next venue is pub. Do you really want to cast that?
Why not? I don't have to play it. That's the thing.
Good point. So, Wrestler, what are your opinions on pub? What is the one true pub to you?
as a quote unquote newer player, I've only really experienced 3 of 7 pub, so I have no clue about any other versions. But just speaking from experience with 3 of 7 pub, at least from the outside, it looks like the best one currently. I know I'm gonna upset Catnip with this, but I don't care. I think it does require you to be very aggressive with flirt, and be very good with action tests. Since 2 flirt is very reasonable to achieve, while a 3 flirt is very, very hard. As we have
I mean, just because you have a different opinion doesn't mean it's gonna upset me. What would upset me is seeing a bad game, and we can see if the next one is that.
Just because you have a different opinion doesn't mean that you are correct, wrestlers. That said, the next game is gonna feature Hunu playing as a Duke, and let's see how this one will go. 2:45 on the clock, and they will be starting to tick down in 3, 2, 1, starting. 241, 240, 239.
I was loaded and all good.
Well, we shall be going. Or rather, we shall not be going.
Yeah, because we're just standing there with the penguin. I mean, we gotta celebrate the penguin pool in some way, right?
So what you're saying is that Guggie is gonna pick Small Moon in the last game of the set.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It would involve Hunu winning the spy game on pub, which would make me pretty surprised and amused, but
I think with 3 of 7, I feel that's quite feasible now.
yeah. Especially if you're gonna be going for the frame game plan, there's I think some people who have been at statues or such.
And especially if Double Agent joins our conversation instead of us needing to chase him.
And well, those conversations are actually pretty full, with Wheels being the primary frame target, I believe. Having a real in eyes of Guggie guy, so...
Yeah, I think like 2 or 3 seconds earlier would have been considerably better, but it wasn't bad either at that time too.
I mean, Hunu probably does not care about most of those AIs. I think the only one he cares about is sitting here in a wheelchair on the left of Damon and speaking his mind out to the world.
Fair enough.
Look at that cold-blooded framer looking right at the back of the head of the target he frames. What a mental image.
The laser glare.
This is scary.
For the true laser later.
Well, the connotation's changed.
For a long time, aren't we? Okay.
And there's another talk from Wheels. Well, we are gonna go to the statues. The flirt hasn't even started yet, so we need to do something, and that something will be a swap.
Green swap, ooh!
I mean, I respect it. I'm not sure if I like it, but I do respect it. If Wills is going to get called for that swap, he will not get called for the swap, unfortunately. 9 seconds to go.
Ooh.
There's a double agent picking the statue up. Do double agents swap? I don't think so, which means that the timer will hang.
Oh, they don't swap, okay. Right,
and Wills is talking right after entering the conversation here.
Oh, we're shooting Wheels on
There's no overtime. There's no beeps.
There is no beeps.
Yeah. We shoot anyways! Oh.
Now... there are a few issues that I have with this play. From Guggie specifically.
Yeah.
Now, it makes sense, right? You see Wheels disappear into the pub, go into the window, then potentially probably time editing, and just going back to the conversation to finish flirting. But the main issue that I'm having here is that if Wheels was indeed finished, the beeps would have sounded. And if there's no beeps, there's no mission completion. Why you shouldn't?
Probably just panic?
Just let him time out.
Yeah, like, hanging time pending panic. I think that's my main thought there.
Anyways, we have a final game.
We do.
Do we have a small one?
No.
Come on!
I mean, we do have him on the map, I think. No, we actually don't.
Guggie, you had like we
do. He's
She's
in
a
his DA.
double agent, yeah.
Or the DA.
We did have like you did have like half a job. Come on, Guggie. He never memes. SMH.
I mean, Guggie disappointing you. What's new?
Guggie, memeing, never seen before that.
Okay. Shall we go into it and see if it's a tie or if it's a Guggie win?
Yeah, let's slowly start with this game in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. I should have started counting down slowly instead of slowing down while counting. That was a little bit annoying, I think.
It's fine.
By the way, slowest character in the party with a delegate in the pocket, so we probably will do something with it. Let's see.
Okay, starting the flirt. 34, okay, nothing special. I'm now getting nervous.
Why would you?
Because I get invested in things.
Oh lord.
I know.
Is that like an adult thing, getting invested in things?
Ugh.
Yeah, she just wants to people do well. She's not a negative auntie like you sometimes.
Some of them, yeah.
Is positive an adult thing? Hold up.
Banana bread.
Anyhow, speaking of investing, Oprah is investing her time staying in this conversation. Sorry, OJ is investing her time staying in this conversation. We got a fake banana bread, which I'm not sure what that was for.
Wasn't OJ a he?
I mean, OJ is she, so.
I'm so confused. Either way, the seduction target is gonna leave us 68% on that flirt, but we should be able to finish that mission. No Perlin will ever come out of this. We can potentially just go for a buck here. I think that's probably our play.
Probably would be noticed.
This is no longer our play. And that's a lot of people here. That could have been a bug, but it's not one. Picking up the statue, getting an inspect, and a highlight. Surely, yes, indeed.
Very good. I see some disgruntled spectators who wanted a bug going into the statues. Oh, that was definitely a bug there.
I mean, that wasn't a bug that was necessarily like the hand scene, but the path is pretty apparent. I think if we keep going into the venue, instead of like slinging ourselves back out, that could have passed as an okay path. But we desperately needed to finish our flirt here, so we had to move out as well. So, yep, Guggie ends up being shot, and the set ends up being in a tie, which means that the strongest person in Penguin Pool so far is Calamay.